What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Louis Games back for another episode of Knock Broadcast. Let's see what crazy stuff this game's got for this time. This new segment, because last time was just crazy. A late night. All right. This you get to the feeder slightly early, and Sam's already waiting for the nine. Okay. Tickets arrived on your doormat on Monday with type thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport back soon enough, apparently. So it's usually a taste of opera in the language you know for a fact that Chris doesn't speak either. But I don't know what's going on. When the show finally ends, how many bottles do these people need? Stay in the line to get your coats and say as you increase the delirious impression of the conductor, I'm feeling wild. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their new tax bill. Sounds awful. Dan smiles gratefully. Okay. When you get home, you're still laughing and seeing as upstairs shop before bed. Is at home and there's no on the kitchen table and almost an illegible scrawl. Says he's um sorry, this one. I thought this was just news. I didn't know that there was just going to be a whole story. By the time you reach the friend's house, your temper will brown. Seeing you, or he loses and tells you in no uncertain time where you can shove your ride home. You end up in a full blown argument in front of a friend, and it starts raining as you drive. Both of you silently fuming. The downpour is the only thing that punches the hamster in the car. What was that about? The eyes of sight someone much older than his want to be the one who. I don't know. Um, Ground them. Sounds fair. In real life. It builds character. You're leaping for the pile of cumulative posts. Each new bill pulls on your gullet. Wait until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognize the utility advanced logo on the envelope you tear it open. There, Winston Bradley. Second reminder letter regarding the assets of recommendations. Knew that there would be consequences, but that doesn't make it any right. We work as a team, but word is just I don't know. Wait, Chris. We're poor. Gamble crack smiles as we look around the table. No settled in the grass outside. Cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes. Always have a soft spot for Chris. Then at the head of the table now. Across from you is Chris empty seat. Probably a sharp who catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clear fingers. While Chris, who's been had had to be stretched a little thinner this year. Look around the room at your family. Mother smiles broadly, just like she used to. Yes, Pat's absolutely. Alexandra, Alex, Pat's. Yes, yes. Let's make a toast. Then raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. Well, most of us. Remember, there isn't much the opportunity to corner you. Okay? Not gonna like to say am I, me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. I was hoping you help me with it. On months. Yeah, we're gonna make it work. Maybe. That's why we're gonna do some news. Get past all this. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour licks and your exhausted college. The script was very disappointing. At all. What is that? Or we're just doing some news. Oh, who cares where he free ticket? We'll see that. Dear Winston residents, I inform you that you have the advanced government has taken another step forward in our fight for equality. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions. I'm totally lost. I thought we was just doing news. But that's what news. Great.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great
We'll
show.
put that in that second clip.
My God, that weather looks nasty.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That one, eh?
Apparently he has a
Play
complicated
this.
relationship with his fate.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talk to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4.
Can't wait to see what's going on this.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome.
Like
Trapped
they're
in
trying
Dante's
to
taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg
overtake the government.
and David Wong
This-
announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground.
Yeah.
I think I'll
The
stick to risotto,
escape.
Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short
That's
was
awesome.
on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Spokesman Wentworth Somerset Bentley said today, they've had the shirts off
Look at
our
that guy
backs,
with the gun,
they
so
might as well
American.
have the rest of it too. And while it's easy to laugh, perhaps we should all just be pondering how desperate the formerly rich are to regain their power.
Fallen angel? Notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier this year after urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hamsleaves.
Is his once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sports?
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a surprising new project that already has the markets raising an eyebrow.
Known for taking risks and bold strategies, could the adventurous CEO be leading the business giant down a dark alley or taking it to a new level of success?
We understand the Mobile Orientation Operational Burrowing Service will be a new international travel system based around the construction of a major tunnel through the centre of the Earth. Sophia Rimington claims it will make travelling from one side of the world to the other
I want to see some
a matter
crazy
of an
stuff.
afternoon.
Maybe some crazy stuff.
Geologists are concerned about the implications of digging a hole through the planet, while flat earthers claim it should be quite easy.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later,
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
you won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh yes, gotta fix it. Back on the air.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future,
I'm not.
we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at
What
all.
happened to that kid?
What you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr.
God.
Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes. That'll be the fur. Scented
Wait, hold on.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's the general error. 41.
Wait, what?
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
And then he exploded.
Look, I've asked you nicely.
That's
Am
funny.
I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages. I know it's under there.
So the eye closed from being is just
The other children
crazy.
started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And then with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes.
With
Rob.
his glasses.
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
It's sounds very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
Oh, right, that's quite
you,
enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you've had your
normal
questions,
again?
and now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all three of his eyes.
Do you think
He made
your
him cry from
parents
3 of
will
his
ever
eyes. It's
really
crazy.
love you again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on, babe. Come on.
Mr.
No. Oh, your poster, your favourite poster. Timmy, are you okay? Oh.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
I'm bleeding, am I not?
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advanced mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for
Seems
their
like
swift
propaganda
response
to me.
in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
She's very good.
So maybe what you show what happened in the news.
Back, Jeremy. Women are coming.
I'm more worried about this.
I don't understand.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news.
Sounds like something I'll do.
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10
Oh,
seconds.
I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You joined me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship.
What is
It's been
this?
a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Lanky Hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
Okay.
And, Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
What? I'm so confused.
On to Mr.
What are they
Harris
doing?
now. Tommy. On to Mr. Harris now. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from
What?
Harris.
What is?
Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs.
That's a little wild.
Don't know why you to Harris. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit
He made it
better.
in though.
But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
I don't understand. This game don't make no sense.
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
No.
Striker giving it large.
Second round.
Nothing about this game makes sense.
Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. I apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow.
Accidentally got it on the news.
And women's body, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
I feel like that was news, Kirby.
Harris.
This is, I don't know what this.
And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that at the Heats. What a brilliant move.
Yeah, this is.
Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
What?
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but
What is this guy doing?
Mastering display here. Absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head.
What?
And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, we've always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington's Fish.
What is going on?
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it.
Oh.
Is running around here with his
Oh,
genitals
crazy
on
news.
display for all to see.
Oh.
And ruining what was shaping up to be
My
quite a
bad.
dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it.
I had to get that shot real quick. Good news. Good for broadcast.
I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around
sorry.
for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out to there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses.
I mean, I think it was pretty funny.
Ballboy cannot be in the final pose.
What is this?
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh shit.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
I don't understand what.
Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies?
Okay.
Tommy Harris.
That's awkward. Whole
And
segment.
it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to Striker. And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps... And yes, Harrington's counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before.
Okay.
Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake.
Can't believe what. Oh,
This is a mess now.
I don't even know what's going on.
I
Good for news.
sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much you can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters. Hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in at this point. Really high play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
This was a terrible segment. News. Why is this news?
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hand. Interesting. Juggling it around from her hand. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on. Illegal spit. From Striker. But she's in it to win it. Harris's ball. On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef.
I don't understand why they put this on the news.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris!
I don't understand.
That is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump!
What the
We'll
fuck?
have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is...
Everyone! Okay, the ref has agreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship.
We
I'm
all
going to be
lost.
celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively.
Oh no!
And
Oh
thanks
my!
again for watching the
Yo,
Sports Board
it's fried.
Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all I always have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there at an final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
That was crazy.
And when we come back, I'll be talking live with
Oh, it's
Prime
storming
Ministers
outside.
Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
Awesome.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Bozeman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge, and some of your controls might be a bit, dangerous. Now, I know you're tough, and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions. Bozeman out.
Buckets. We, which one we need? Well, several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there. Triple C, that should be good.
We'll look into it.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right. Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Is your seat done?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine.
Have you had a little accident?
Oh, these
5,
are funny
4,
people.
3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you?
Oh.
I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry,
Yeah.
are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
there.
yes, it's camera 4 right there.
When I was 13, me mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. Me granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. We were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So, even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important.
Oh.
This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know, I think it's from my asshole.
Yo, that's funny.
Are you not worried that this new
Game is great.
system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, I rolled your face, fucker! That one was massive! Right, no, this bastard's coming off!
Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... Oh, my grandmother with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Yo, this is crazy.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
What's going on?
We're launching
watching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes.
Great.
That's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations
What a great news
to
show.
all the winners at the Sports Board final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Oh, news booth about to blow up.
So they just...
The same
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a...
Well, that episode was something.
We transitioned the moment I stopped the leak.
Well, I'm gonna end it off here. Like, follow, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back next episode. Peace.